Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Mo from Mo in the Deep End. Fry is, well, he is being a chaperone for the middle child. Her not boyfriend is here. They are watching a movie, and he is keeping a fry butt length between them, even though they are, as my middle daughter says, not boyfriend and girlfriend. But welcome, JKD Buck and Eris for doing all the modelly thing, Phoenix Fire and DK Cripple, Roseman Ranch. Welcome. Happy New Year to everyone. I hope that the first day of the year is treating everyone well. And I did pose to 2024 to up your game. And let me just tell you, Ian Ziering being in a biker brawl was not on my, bingo list. So in my gratitude jar, I have also decided that every day I am going to put the most absurd story in with my gratitude jar because I love absurd. Welcome, Wolfram. How you doing? Do not forget to change from top chat to live chat so you do not forget or you get to see all of the chats. But yes, I did not have Ian Ziering in a biker brawl with people on Vespas. But let's watch. We cannot hear, which is probably good because this is TMZ and they do tend to copyright strike. So so apparently Ian Ziering is being, I don't know, boxed in by these people on mini bikes for some reason. I don't, what am I looking at? I have, y'all, good evening, my mini 67. Yes, so as I said, Ian Ziering in a biker brawl, with people in hot pink and neon, helmet was not on my bucket list and or bingo card. Oh no, two of your dogs decided to go out on a runabout during an evening walk. They are now home and I still have to put everyone else to bed. Oh, doggos. Yes, Fry decided to have the zoomies all day today, and look, he was very confused because mom was not feeling good all weekend, so, she was not as active, and he's kinda like, why were we not allowed to do fun stuff this weekend?" But let's hear maybe why old dude from 90210 got into a fight with a bunch of people with electric mini bikes. Ian Ziering was seen defending himself after he got into a street brawl with Los Angeles biker gang on New Year's Eve. There's so much to unpack there. In a video obtained by TMZ, the Beverly Hills 90210 alum can be seen driving down Hollywood Boulevard in LA before getting out of his car and fighting with a group of motorcyclists. In the video, Ziering is seeming to throw the first punch, so I don't know that he's going to get self-defense. Then he pushes cyclists down, but the bikes seem to be boxing his car in, and we have seen these ultra-violent sort of car boxing in robberies here lately, so he might have... I'm not going to make any excuses for a really curly-haired guy from 90210. His lead doesn't last long because there's like 6 dozen other bikers. 4 of the helmeted members gather around Ziering and punch him for a few seconds as he tries to escape by running across a busy street. The busy street does not scare off all the bikers since 2 of them follow him, with one of them grabbing the actor's shirt and pulling him back. One biker pushes a Sharknado actor 59 toward a parked red car, but Ziering continues to fight back and kick him. Wow, I didn't realize he's almost 60. I remember, so you've got to realize, like, I am in the middle of a freaking cornfield, okay? And my town got a new Kmart. So super special. And Ian Ziering, the guy from 90210, came to open our new Kmart. And you'd have thought every girl in my middle school was going to just die. They wanted to get his, autograph. And I was just like, well, it's not Doogie Howser. I'm not really interested. Apparently, Doogie Howser wouldn't have been interested in me either, but it is what it is, I guess. Hello, Vale Hammer. I have so I am sure that we will be hearing from Oprah exactly why this happened. Apparently, he also plays in Swamp Thing. I didn't know we have a Swamp Thing remake. I don't keep up with really crappy CW remakes, so sorry, Ian. But I do keep up with like the 733 Sharknadoes. Look, they're almost so terrible they must be watched. I never watched that, but I might watch. I know, where is Tara Reid? She's terrifying now. No offense, ma'am, but just eat a couple. Look, as a fluffy person, I'm just saying, like 10 pounds on you, Tara, wouldn't look terrible, okay? Like, you don't have to go full fluffy me, but maybe just like 15 pounds, okay? Just a little bit. Anywho, let's get to real news, which is also insanity. Men staged armed robberies in convenience stores so employee victims could apply for special U.S. visas, federal agents allege. Well, you have to give them a little bit of A for creativity. I mean, hey, they looked at all the rules and they're like, well, if we're a victim of a crime, you are about 7 minutes late. You did miss that Ian Ziering, apparently from 90210, was in a biker brawl on New Year's Eve. And every day of the year, along with something grateful that I write down, I will also write down the most ridiculous story that I find. And Ian Ziering in a biker brawl with people that look like they should be on Vespas and or in the circus definitely was not on my bingo card. So that is going in the absurdist jar along with the gratitude and absurdity. I probably should get separate jars, but that is a tomorrow problem. Any hoozle. So, I have to give them credit for looking at all the statutes and thinking, creatively, if we are victims of crime, we can get a special visa. I mean, had they not been caught, I could see a market opportunity for Crimes R Us. Like a dispatch, a temporary work employment scheme, if you will. Instead of like temporary work visas, it's a temporary crime visa, like temporary criminals go out, get the people with temporary visas. It's a win-win opportunity for Hello, Fed. How you doing? I hope the new year is at least going well for today. Two men who thought they could outfox the feds and scam their way into obtaining a special U.S. visa reserved for victims of crimes are now facing potential prison time. That still seems like they get American citizenship for a while, doesn't it? Oh Lord. Look, uh, Duct Tape and Holy Water Productions would like to apologize for the butchering of these names. Uh, Rabhamdi Patel, 36, and Baldwinder Singh, 39, were allegedly part of a conspiracy ring that plotted and staged armed robberies across several convenience stores with the apparent goal of qualifying for, quote, non-immigration status. The U.S. Justice Department announced Friday in a press release. They have been charged with at least one count each of conspiracy to commit visa fraud. A U visa is available to victims of certain crimes who have suffered mental or physical abuse and who have been helpful to law enforcement in the investigation or prosecution of criminal activity, the DOJ explained in a statement. So wait a minute. They were going to sell old guy that they were going to, fake, that was fake robbing them down the river. That's not nice. The men, along with their alleged conspirators, are accused of carrying out staged armed robberies of at least 8 convenience or liquor stores and fast food restaurants throughout the country, at least 4 in Massachusetts, 2 in Pennsylvania, and 1 each in Kentucky and Tennessee. According to the criminal complaint, the investigation into the Massachusetts robbery led authorities to believe that something more was going on. Again, I mean, at least they researched their crime. I mean, they are more on the pinky side of the bell curve, and I have to give them a little bit of credit. Quote, for example, toll record analysis shows that some purported victims of the supposed robberies were in contact with Patel before the robberies, the complaint says. An unarmed witness identified as, or an unnamed, not an unarmed. Well, I would hope. Otherwise. An unnamed witness identified as CW1 in the complaint outlined the details to the federal inspectors. CW1 explained that those people posing as victims were doing so to get papers to allow them to stay in the country, the complainant says. The witness allegedly said that each victim paid Patel $10,000 to take part in the staged robberies. Wait a minute, I'm sensing a market opportunity. No, just kidding. Dang it. Why is everything that capitalism does illegal? No, I'm just kidding, you guys. Dang it. I mean, it seems like this is a kind of, place where we could do laissez-faire capitalism, if you will. It seems like something that in Venice, well, now in, oh gosh, Argentina, you think this is something that I think Malay would just let happen, He's like, capitalism, capitalism. Seems like it'll work itself out. But basically they paid $10,000 to get robbed, as you do. C1 understood that the store owners were fully aware of the robberies. According to the witness, during most robberies, C1 communicated with Patel via a Bluetooth headset. During the staged robberies, Patel would be in contact with the Target store's owner or employee who would notify Patel when the store was empty, and Patel would instruct C1 to go inside and commit the robbery. Wow. The search of the unnamed witness phone revealed the following WhatsApp exchange, which investigators believe was a real-time chat as a purported robbery got underway. No one's inside, how many people, and then it says, check that, one old lady and one guy. As soon as they leave, tell me, lady leaving, okay. Leaving soon both. Soon leave, I go, okay. Well, it's almost, almost had it. It was Snapchat is the one that I think deletes itself. Or maybe it's, oh gosh, Mission Impossible app. I don't know. Look, like I said, I'm your Aunt Edith with a jitterbug. I don't know which one self-destructs and, bleach bits itself, so don't ask me. The witness said that Patel initially promised him that the, quote, victims wouldn't call the police after the would-be robberies, but later saw on the news that the police were indeed called. Investigators said that the victims waited at least 5 minutes before calling the police. Ah, Snapchat does delete stuff. Well, there you go. You learned it here, kids, fellow children, fellow young people. At least, uh, at least of the robberies, made the local news when it happened in March 2023. Quote, local or officers responding to the Richdale food shops on Lincoln Street around 2 p.m. reviewed videos showing a man brandishing a semi-automatic force multiplier while demanding money from three men behind the counter. A local news state, WHDH, reported at the time. The witness also alleged to have tried to minimize Singh's role in the plot because of the friendship between the two men. The investigation revealed that one of the people allegedly tasked with committing the robberies traveled by plane to carry out the staged crime. He crossed state lines. It's going to be terrible. He crossed state lines. And the cost of that travel was worth more than the money that could have been obtained during the would-be robbery. Wow, you have to pay to be robbed and pay to take yourself to the robbery area. Somehow I don't feel like the victims are getting their money's worth here. At least one of the force multipliers believed to have been used during the scam was a fake, the complaint also says. Federal authorities learned that after the purported victimization of the store employees, visa applications were filed for so-called quote-unquote victims in 4 of the 8 robberies. And the complaint says both Patel and Singh live in New York, though Patel was arrested December 13th in Seattle, Washington. Singh was arrested that same day in Queens. The visa fraud conspiracy charge carries a potential sentence of up to 5 years in prison and 3 years of supervised release, the DOJ said. Okay. Y'all, I'm just saying, if anyone asks you why you're in prison, assault. Like, don't say fake robbery. Make something really macho up, like you beat up a bear. I don't know. You've got a while to think about it. In other news, there are 3 ingredients that Andrew Zimmerman won't eat. I'm going to guess anything that Griffin makes, but that's just my guess, and that's what I would not eat, but let's see what Andrew Zimmerman will not eat, because good Lord, the man has eaten everything, and by everything, I mean everything, and some things that were still alive, and oh my God, with a smile on his face too. And I'm over here, I can't have my food touching. I'm like, could we just have could we have a space between the food? And he's like, "Oh, is that cow's blood? Straight from the cow? Wonderful. That just looks beautiful, just beautiful." And I am like, "Do we have ranch dressing here? Really? Not a one ranch dressing? Do we have an ice cube? How about a diet pop?" Yeah. So he does look a bunch different. It's so weird that all the people that I grew up with watching are getting old now, and I'm like, that's weird for them. I do have toddler plates. I buy them for myself because I know how insane I am. When it comes to food, TV host and chef Andrew Zimmerman is pretty open-minded. In fact, he hosted Bizarre Foods with Andrew Zimmerman, in which he centered, around crazy, crazy food choices all around the world. Some of the chef's most disliked foods are things that are pretty commonplace in American kitchen. When it comes to walnut, the chef has been relatively vocal over the years about not liking them. Interesting. That's why you're the eviler twin, Sal. There must be order in the world. there, there must be order. You know, I, I'm okay with walnuts. There you go. I be Andrew Zimmerman for once. I can't eat walnuts, he told people in a 2019 uh, interview. Won't eat them, can't stand them. However, a few years after the article, Zimmerman clarified that he's still willing to give the nuts a chance, if only occasionally. It's been exaggerated that I won't eat them at all. Zimmerman said in a TikTok video, "Once a year, I eat a walnut." Yeah, I don't think my sister would be all that. She might not get it. She'd be like, "Who is that?" Let's see. He refuses to eat raw cookie dough? Okay, he's not human. One other thing the chef dislikes, raw cookie dough. In a TikTok video posted to the chef's account, he simply said that raw cookie dough should be used for its intended purpose. "Cookies are incredible," the chef said. "I don't know what the obsession with raw cookie dough is. It's not my thing." Look, I don't want to say that he may or may not be human, but he may or may not be infected by the Borg. Look, if you have not eaten a bit of raw cookie dough in your time and or fought with like your siblings to eat some of, look, if I have to make a double batch of cookie dough just to get some into actual cookie dough form on a plate because it doesn't even make it out alive from dough form onto the pan. Heck, you should have seen us try to roll cookies. I was like, "Griffin, stop eating the stop eating the dough." While Andrew Zimmerman's dislike of the sweet treat is notably due to the taste and texture, raw cookie dough can also be a cause for health concern. Yes, be careful. There could be salmonella if you're pregnant. There are like cookie dough dip recipes that are safe for pregnant women, for kiddos, that you don't have to worry about that salmonella kind of thing. So those are really good. And you can even use beans if you want to be a little more healthy. And I know it sounds weird, but garbanzo beans actually make a really good cookie dough dip. I just have to remember how I made it. I used to make it all the time and I can't remember because Lyrica makes you not remember anything. Oatmeal. Oatmeal is gross. I'll give you that. It's wallpaper paste as a breakfast food. There's also one breakfast food you won't catch Andrew Zimmerman eating. I won't eat oatmeal, he told the Wall Street Journal in a 2022 interview. He specified that oats themselves are superb and suggested using the ingredient to bake up a batch of homemade oatmeal raisin cookies instead. If cookies aren't your thing, Zimmerman also said that an oat should be toasted and made into granola. For slightly less conventional uses, the chef suggested adding toasted oats to soups, stews, haggis. Look, I'm not gonna make a haggis. Look, first of all, I'm not gonna get a sheepskin or a sheep's stomach. Uh, so look, I do like steel cut oats, so I will say that the tougher texture, but yeah, now it's a ugh. Now baked oatmeal I can do. And then durian. Durian is gross. I know some people love it, but when you tell me durian smells like onion, garlic, and feet, that's gonna be a hard pass for Mo. That's gonna be a no for me. Uh, so in YouTuber news, and as you know, I endeavor to be Mr. Beast. YouTuber Mr. Beast rejects Elon Musk's bid for him to upload videos to X. I don't know. I guess when when you're Mr. Beast, I guess you can pretty much tell whoever to do whatever you want to do. Uh, look, yeah, I guess so because avocados are just too green for me. Look, it's something. Even if you turn them into pudding, I can still smell the green, which is I'm a 12-year-old. I need to eat more fruits and vegetables, but if you just put them in a pill, I would be very much appreciative if that would happen. Like, I could eat healthy if you could just put them in a pill. But avocados, they're just too green and slimy, and I have tried all the tricks, but they just smell green too. They just no. And they're expensive and they're mushy. You all can have them for your toast. I will go ahead and hard pass on those. Mr. Beast, the most followed YouTuber, rejected Elon Musk's request to upload his hugely popular videos to X because the mogul's social media site won't generate a fraction of money he earns on the Google-owned platform. Yeah, but they might, not disown your butt if you say something wrong. On Saturday, the 25-year-old internet sensation uploaded his latest video for his 224 million plus subscribers, notifying his ex followers with a post that read, "I uploaded, go watch or I'll drop kick you." End quote. Uploaded on this platform too, a user who goes by Doge Designer replied, "Yeah," Musk added as he looks to make X Everything app similar to China's WeChat, which combines instant messaging, social media, long-form video content, and video conferencing along with other features. Look, I would love X to become something better, and that would be great because YouTube, I have to make all sorts of different kind of language creoles in order to say things that authoritative media can say, without getting in trouble. Or authoritative media can, put up certain video clips that will get a bunch of other YouTubers taken down. So That's why I post on Rumble. That's why I do post on TikTok, or not TikTok. Good Lord, I don't even know how to do that one. Um, X, Rumble. That's what I meant. Thank you, DK Cripple, for the win. Which reminds me, that reminds me, I have to go to the DMV and get my new doctor gave me the form so I can get my own little handicap license plate, placard. I have joined a new club, the club of people that can park closer. So, yeah, I would love to be able to, have X do all of the things that I'd like it to do. But the truth is, right now, YouTube is the penultimate kind of thing. And while Rumble is working on stuff, it is still not, you know, where YouTube is. It's getting there. They've got different things that they're doing, but it, it's not the penultimate thing yet. So, it's going to be a while. Good or good evening, Jasmina D. I don't think I've seen you here, and welcome, ex-comer ZZ. Oh, wow. Yikes. Yeah, I don't know how you make money on X. I don't know how you make money on the internet to begin with. Look, as far as I'm concerned, it's all magic. I'm glad I'm doing it. Well, right now it's sort of a hobby. Right now it's a tax deductible hobby and I get to buy wigs, which is, wonderful for me and confusing for Mr. Mo because he's like, "Look, I didn't know that you liked wigs." And I was like, "Well, I'm sorry. I never told you I was a former drama kid." But, that is what I have heard thus far. Well, there you go. I had wondered. I have a pair of those around here somewhere. I could find a pair somewhere. In other news, for those of us who are looking to deflufferize, uh, there might be some financial, incentive. Obese employees may soon face fines in an effort to tackle weight issues. Now, look, I have yet to in my life meet a fluffy person who does not realize that they are fluffy. Like, look, we all realize we are, fluffered. Okay. We all realize we maybe could be a little healthier when we are in the, well nourished category. It is no secret obesity is the most prevalent epidemic affecting the Western world, but one obesity organization's leader's idea to curtail the problem has some people raising their eyebrows. Quote, "It's quite right to urge that waistline measurements now be taken annually from the time a child first goes into school," Tam Fry, a chair on the National Obesity Forum in the UK, told The Telegraph. Fry's comment referenced guidance published by the National Institute for Health and Excellent Care in April, which urged everyone aged 5 and up to conduct waistline measurements to ensure the number is less than half their height. Oh, for the love of all that is holy. Okay, look. Curvy. And look, okay, again, could we have, and this this is, 2024. This is a brand new year. We could try what is called doing the middle ground. The we could try doing something called sane middle ground, where we tell people you don't have to be Tess Holiday, or you don't have to be, Eugenia Cooney. you know, Maybe you're healthy as a size 14, and maybe someone else is healthy as a size 4, and that's okay. But everyone should work on being a little more healthy. So maybe worry about what you put on your fork and put into your mouth hole and try to move around a little more. But no, I am sure we are going to cock this up somehow and go crazy extreme and give, large people extra seats on airlines because reasons. But let's continue. In an article published Monday, Fry remarked on the alarming trend indicating women's waist sizes have increased by 3 inches since the 1990s. Well, that's alarming. The figures for men and women are alarming. Too many of us are eating as though it's Christmas every day, he said, acknowledging that getting a head start on measuring young children can keep an eye on the number of how to present. Look again. A lot of American foods are full of preservatives and full of food additives and all these other things. If we want to talk about this, then let's talk about the crap that we put in our food. Let's really talk about this. Let's talk about, things. So apparently this is okay. So this is called, he said Britain could learn from other countries such as Japan, which insists workers' wastes are measured under the Metabo law, where employers are fined if the measurement is too high. I'm never going to Japan until I'm skinny. That's that's what we're learning from this. So in Japan, you have the Metabo law. The Metabo law, named after the lesser-known condition metabolic syndrome, which includes cluster of weight-related ailments such as high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol level, excessive abdominal fat, poor cellular response to insulin hormone, etc. So if you have, look, again, we could do the healthy middle ground in which we just encourage everyone to make small steps to be healthier every day. And, that everyone's healthy is going to look different. My body will never be a size 4. These hips don't lie, and no, they've never been a size. It's just never going to happen. But conversely, you know, I have a tall string bean daughter who may not be, built the same way. Again, we could have like actual, sane conversations about this, but that would require us to be sane. And Friberto, no, no, it is not time for you to go out. I know you think that it is time, but you have gotten used to Christmas times. So the law mandates that all employees between the ages of 45 to 74 have their waistlines measured by their employer annually and receive guidance if they do not lose weight after 3 months. But despite rumors, Japanese citizens themselves cannot be fined or imprisoned for being overweight. Again, why, Eris? I ask the same question every time Bill Gates comes up. Why are we taking advice from a man with moobs, a terrible haircut that looks like a terribly disheveled lesbian. Look, he gives lesbians bad names. I mean, he looks no, just terrible. I mean, let's talk about, not eating for comfort. Let's talk about learning, how to I mean, again, it is like if I become the voice of reason. Roberto, no, you are not going out. No. So again, with teachers behaving badly, only this one was knocked up. What is I cannot with people. I know. There you go. Quote, she manipulated me and had total control. Pregnant former special ed teacher sentenced for kissing, sexting, and asking high school soccer player to be her secret girlfriend. What in the hell is wrong with female teachers? All right, you guys, I'm going to need to fund a a a TED Talk. Only it's going to be a Mo Talk. And it's going to be me and a bunch of other like Megan Fox and Chrissy Mayer. And we are going to go to teaching colleges. And we are going to sit these young teachers down. And we are going to explain the faces of effing crazy that is going to go down if you come after our children, because crazy ass mama bears are not who you want to deal with, madams. Like, I don't know if y'all just saw Mary Kay Letourneau, and for what reason, I don't know. But holy God, what is this epidemic of this happening? I know the coof done turned us all crazy, but what the hell? It's called The Sims. If you really want something to love, we have Tamagotchis back. Get yourself a little digital freaking, digipet if you need something to love beyond your husband and already children, for the love of all that is holy. Furbies are coming back, okay? If you really feel the need, chia pets. Holy crap. I'm about to lose my damn mind. A now former high school special ed teacher and soccer coach, currently pregnant with her third child, will spend at least a year behind bars because she engaged in an inappropriate relationship with a high school student, a judge in Pennsylvania ruled this week. Emily Lehanis, 30, was originally charged with solicitation to produce child grossness, unlawful contact with a minor, obscenity, institutional sexual assault, corruption of minors, according to Southern York Regional Police Department. In September, as part of a plea agreement, she admitted to one felony count of school grossness, contact with a student, and one misdemeanor count of corruption of minor. The state dismissed the remaining charges. On December 26th, he was sentenced to between 1 and 2 years in prison by York County Judge Kathleen J. Pendergast. Quote, she manipulated me and had total control. She used her marriage, family, and career to keep me from saying anything, the victim said in an impact statement read aloud by York County Chief Deputy District Attorney Taylor Catherman during the sentencing hearing, according to the courtroom report by York Dispatch. Quote, I'm trying to get each day by breathing techniques and trying not to cry, the teenage girl's statement continued. The defendant directly addressed the victim as well in a statement that essayed a certain level of contrition for the relationship. I want her family to know how sorry I am for what I did, Lehenis said, according to the paper. I have no excuse for what I did, and I can't understand how I let myself do what I did. Okay, so she not only groomed a child for whom she had double power imbalance because not only was she a coach, she was a teacher. So you have a young girl who is going through puberty. So you have sort of double confidences of being a coach. Yes, I believe this was a same sex thing. Um, but then you have, okay, so yeah, it says she manipulated me. She used her victim. Yeah, it's a teenage girl's statement. So, yeah. The charges were a result of a 6-month investigation into the illicit relationship, police said. Lahanis was arrested on May 9th. According to the Daily Voice, the woman's resignation from the York County School District came earlier on January 27th. Yeah. So basically, she was the head of, I guess, she was the special needs teacher, but she was also the female soccer coach. And to me, that seems doubly gross just because, look, if my daughter was also struggling with her sexuality and she was doubly vulnerable, that someone was also preying on them that way, I'd be doubly more pissed off that an older person was taking advantage of that vulnerability. I don't care what my daughters grow up to be, gay, straight, hopefully not, like shaving their heads and stealing like women's clothing out of like airports, like our former nuclear secrets guy. But, regardless of what they're trying to be, if someone in power is taking very vulnerable, parts and really grooming and touching on that and then using that against them, that is doubly gross to me. Friberto, I said no. And you can whine and cry, but I said no. Let's see. So, yeah, she met her okay, in 2022, well before those repercussions, Lahanis met her teenage girl victim who has not been identified. The girl has been described in local media as a soccer player who is 16 to 17 years old. Would you stop? At the start of the new school year, the relationship developed. Ultimately, Lahanis kissed the girl in a classroom, and the two exchanged sexually explicit text messages and images via their phones and social media, the police said. The defendant privately tutored the girl in soccer. Lahanis's defense attorney reportedly argued for leniency and a county prison sentence in light of his client's pregnancy. She's due in March. The judge rejected that line in the argument. The girl's mother also addressed the court, saying her daughter was bullied after her relationship and the bullying continues. Yeah, of course. I mean, oh my God, I can't imagine that, teenage girls are letting this go. Yeah, this girl's gonna have to switch schools. Well, I am going to cut this short because Fry is being a total he's being a fry baby. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this teacher probably used every single Fry might be a German shepherd. Fry might be a German shepherd husky mix because he does this kind of Chewbacca thing now where when he's mad, he does this uh yeah, you can probably hear it's like He definitely does the kind of husky thing where he yes. So I really this shouldn't piss me off more than the other teacher ones do, but it really does that she played on look, this shouldn't piss me off more because she preyed on the insecurities of a girl, maybe questioning her own sexuality. Freiberto. But it really does. And then the fact that now she has left, basically, this young teenage girl is left to deal with the fallout, and this teacher has to go, basically goes to prison, and has what, 2 days of good time tacked on for every 1 day. And then she's trying to use her pregnancy as a so she will have to register as an offender. She will not be allowed to have any contact with children of her own. And family court will, be discussing things. Yes, as so, notes to know about tomorrow. There will be mornings with Mo and Fry. I do not know about tomorrow's nightly newsy news. I do have a dental thing. They are pulling a tooth. I don't know how that's going to go, to be quite honest with you. But I am going to let you go fairly quickly now. I do not have you redirected to anywhere. Uh, Follow Veilhammer, follow Fedorowski, follow everyone that my mods put up. Fry is being a total Fry-Berto butt, so thank you all for joining me. Fry, that is Eden. He is definitely being a Fry baby. Have a great night, and remember, say something kind to yourself. Try to say something kind to someone else in your life. It's just a good practice we should start to get into. Thank you, people on Rumble, for watching. All right, Fry, we're done. I'm taking you out. Let's go, Frybert. Fryberto. Yeah, bye. Okay.